See what kind of damage. There's a tree falling there. So the winds have been too much for these trees, and everything just seems to be falling down. Which is good for the sill. Oh, walked into a cobweb. This trusty old stick. Break everything. Stick does wonders. Otherwise, you're walking down endless amounts of cobwebs. It's apparently snake season, so I have to keep looking at the ground just to come across some sort of snake. There's been at least 4 pythons in neighbors' places. Neighbors say that they've had pythons falling around, which isn't the black snakes, but still. So I'm going down to this paddock to look at more damage, because it is a little extensive. As you can see, this tree is actually coming right down, and there's a lot of other trees with bits and pieces of limbs, and another tree down there, probably more in the extent. I've been told not to go into this yard though, because it's the grass is too long, and I don't have knee-high boots. I only have ankle-high boots. So I've been like, oh, don't go into that yard because you'll get bitten by a snake. So, unfortunately, I can't actually go in there to see what it's like. But there's still a lot of trees have been tumbling down, which is okay. I mean, they're kind of old anyways. It's like natural clearance, but yeah, he knew that happened. Otherwise, we might not have needed to pay for people to cut down the trees. Nature just does it itself, but it's only a few trees amongst many. Ideally, it's the ones that look kind of grey or old. That seem to be the kind of trees that fall down first. Except for that one at the far distance, it was a fairly young tree. But trees with bushes around them, I guess, are a little more protected. So it's good that there's a few bushes around trees. I have to stop letting the bushes grow too big. Otherwise we'll have a big mess again. But like that over there needs to be cleaned up. The bushes near the tree, but not the bushes away from the tree. I think that's a growing freelance bush. Oh, it could be a planted bush. No, it sort of looks like a planted bush, but I think it's a juvenile form of this weed that grows. So no, but the flower, yeah. Oh, it could be a native. I'll take a closer look. Yeah, no, that's just a wild bush. Growing back in a different area. I don't mind bushes. In fact, I like bushes. I wish we had more bushes, but these ones grow like weeds. They don't just grow, they grow to cover everything. So we definitely need more tame bushes, but bushes are the things that will last through a storm. At worst, you can hide under a bush and sort of be safe. I like Cotoneaster bushes. We used to have a property surrounded by it. I always used to feel weather protected by having a nice hedge of Cotoneaster bushes. Honeysuckle's also a good bush. Honeysuckle's what creatures like to hide under. I mean, it's the kind of bush that can go haywire, but generally I seem to like honeysuckle. So we definitely need more bushes, more trees. That needs to be chopped. Yeah. Most of them are still standing. We've had some wild winds coming and going with the storms that have passed by, and that's only like 20 minutes worth of storms usually. So it hasn't been an extensive storm. Today it's supposed to be storming from 12 to all day, but I don't know. Probably closing to near 11 now, and so, but still needs a lot of work to be done. Needs more of everything. I would rather have hedging versus everything. Everyone's like, yeah, don't do hedging. Do bushes, not hedging. Certainly because I'm connected to my childhood where I felt hedging was making a place safer. But when the property goes, like everything that's been done to it goes too, and then they start the whole thing is like an abandoned property all over again. So that's the trouble with buying properties and things. You're like, wouldn't this be fine? But if all hell breaks loose and you end up having to lose a property or sell it, everyone takes everything away and then has it be more like a natural, like untouched, and then they sell it again. So you're like, that's crappy.